Sports, Town Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, J-Bird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
It is the Monday you've all been waiting for. Back by popular demand, the woman, the myth, the legend, Emily Van Buskirk here in studio with us today. Jay-Bird and T-Roy, as always. Emily, thank you for making the long trek from California to IA.
No, California to Dallas and St. Louis to Peoria to Iowa.
Well, I didn't want anybody tracking her.
Oh, geez, sorry about that. Yeah, my bad.
That's okay. If people follow me on social, they already know where I am most.
Yeah, she's here. Finally, we got to have cocktails last night, all of us. So, except for Jay, he left early.
That is not
He
true.
had
to work out.
He did work out.
That's today. I didn't go to the gym at like
Did a little jog.
11:45 at night or anything like that.
Oh.
That was today. It's a Monday. You got to get after it.
Is it Monday?
Yeah, it's mock
Holy
draft Monday.
Just another mock draft Monday.
Yeah.
Wish it were Sunday.
Yeah,
That's
Emily's
our
in studio
Get
with
Drunk
us. She's going to have a good time. We got to watch the NCAA women's final last night, Stanford versus Arizona. That was a good game. And
First time ever all Pac-12. My voice is terrible.
You're all right.
It's okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
We're going to get there, but first time ever all Pac-12.
Yep. 54-53 final score. Let's see. This is their first win since 1992 for Stanford. And the Pac-12's first title since then as well. And it's the fifth straight year a difference conference has cut down the nets. This makes it a ninth straight season that a number one seed has won the tournament, and the 30th time overall. 2 seeds have won 7 times and 3 seeds just twice. So we have that one in the books, and we have a 8:20 Central tip-off time tonight, Gonzaga versus Baylor. Dear Lord, that's late.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I'll
late.
probably be asleep,
Well,
considering I'm...
I feel bad for the guys because you have this day yesterday where you have practice, and then you have to wait all day today to play. And they do a shoot-around, whatever, but that's tough.
I don't even know if we'll see one shining moment by midnight. I'm assuming we will, but if you're on the East Coast, I feel terrible for those people that, 9:20 tip off their time. But I guess you're used to West Coast time, Emily. That's a 6:20 for you. And I get it, Gonzaga's on there, and it's not like the NCAA planned it that way. I mean, they were the number one overseas, but they didn't sit there and say, like, well, let's make sure that we have a late tip-off for the guys on the West Coast. It's going to be, late night, a lot of fun. Big game this weekend, the Gonzaga shot, heard around the world. People that say that's the best shot since Leitner's. The difference with Leitner's was that was to win the game. I'm sorry, I can't take anything away from that shot. Leitner had to hit that shot to win it. This was a tie ball game. You don't like Leitner?
No. Nobody likes Leitner.
I love that shot.
Here's my thought on it, okay? It could go down as one of the greatest shots ever.
Yeah.
But it all depends on Suggs.
Yeah.
All right? What does he become? Does he become a household name? Christian Leitner, love him or hate him, most people hate him.
Yeah.
Very much a household name. People know Christian Leitner.
But, like...
That's the thing. It's the name.
But
because
he was 4 years at Duke.
Okay.
Went on. He played on the Dream Team. You know, Christian Leitner is a bigger name than Suggs is right now. And unless Suggs goes on and becomes a great NBA player, which by all, looks like he could. But that's the key. It's a great shot. I'm not diminishing that, but it's the Johnny come lately of shots right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
There's been many. Look at Bryce Drew.
Yeah.
Valparaiso, that was one of the best shots ever.
Right.
Yeah, and then you have the...
Well, there was the Villanova shot just from a couple years ago.
There was the Kansas one over Memphis in 2008. That was in the national championship game.
Okay, yeah.
And Leitner's wasn't in a Final Four. It was in the
Sweet 16.
or Elite Eight. Yeah, Elite Eight to win.
Well,
to win
against Jamal Mashburn in Kentucky.
Yeah, it was to win their region. It was a regional final, so it was Elite Eight.
He's like, regional final.
What?
Regional final, not.
It's not Final Four. It's not
Final
championship. Four? Jordan's shot was in the championship, right?
Yeah.
And the Kansas shot over Memphis, and that's I think what you're saying there, T. I don't know who hit the shot for Kansas that year. I remember it. I remember more.
Was it Keith Smart, Indiana over Syracuse? That was in like
there,
88. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I'm old, Jay. Let's just,
Well, before we really dig in deep, we have like the housekeeping stuff to do. Major League Baseball started this weekend.
Boo.
What do you mean, boo?
Yeah.
Screw MLB.
All right, you want to get into that?
You want me to?
Sure.
Idiots. Done with them. Done with baseball, Jay.
Do you think it's a reaction type of thing? Do you think?
I think it's dumb. I'm tired of all of our sports getting involved in politics. For God's sakes, can't we just watch sports and enjoy them? Everybody's got to take a frickin' stand. It's stupid.
I think it's planned.
It's stupid.
I think it's completely planned.
And,
we were talking last night,
it's
Jace,
terrible
Emily.
to do to the hardworking people that are in the city of Atlanta that were planning on this, businesses, whatever it is. It's a slap to Hank Aaron and his family. I'm like, come on, man. And I don't. I'm just.
All right, slow down.
He's upset.
Slow down now, just because I want to get up to speed here. Couple things. One, my prediction. I told you this on Wednesday that this was going to happen. This happened on Friday when we went off the air. I told you on Wednesday it was going to happen. I made a prediction. Two, my second follow-up now is the All-Star Game will be in Arlington at Rangers Stadium because they are at 100% capacity. This is a no-brainer for Major League Baseball that they can put 100% capacity somewhere and they can highlight the latest and newest park in Major League Baseball. Now, I'm not against you. I'm with you on this. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. If you want to come out and say, like, hey, boycott these products because they're based out of Atlanta, so be it. This is a law that is being... Hold on a second. I'm not done. This is a voter law that is being blown out of context. They are calling this Jim Crow 2.0, and it's not the case.
Not even close, Jay.
I'm not arguing with you.
All right.
I'm trying to just educate what's out there and do the math, do the reading, do everything else, dive into it before you turn around and tell people of Atlanta, of the state of Georgia, what they should and shouldn't do.
You mean like Steve Kerr?
There are things like
that moron.
There are things going on, like where they say, I mean, some of the Jim Crow, what they're saying is, I have no problem. I don't know why anyone has a problem showing their ID for anything, to be quite honest with you. I have no problem. I mean, if you want to get a credit card, you're giving the last four, at least your last four of your Social Security. So, and people will do that, not a problem, but they will to vote. Now, the idea that they're saying that you can't feed them, that's not true. It's if lines go over 125 feet. The same thing with water. They are, in the law, they are mandatory hiring more people at the polling places so that the lines aren't longer. Now, on top of it, the state of Georgia, they did a poll. There was a law school that did a poll, and 76% of Georgia people that they polled are in favor of showing your ID to vote. Over 60% of the African Americans that were in there said that they're in favor of showing your ID to vote. So really, it's just people in Washington, D.C. making laws and saying that, hey, this shouldn't do this, or I know.
Go so far as people, I would say the president said it.
Well, it's not Jim Crow. He said it. The Jim Crow is a terrible moment in time in our history. Don't bring up something that's going to scare people by doing that.
It's not true. And by the way, the governor of Texas, I don't think he's going for that. He's on Twitter saying, I was looking forward to throwing out the first pitch at the Rangers home opening game until MLB adopted what has turned out to be a false narrative about Georgia's election reforms. It's shameful, and America's pastime is being influenced by these parts of politics.
Well, when they come knocking, hey, can we go to Ranger? Can we have the All-Star game there? He'll say absolutely.
I don't think it's up to him, but I mean,
no.
He's not going to be against it, though.
No. Yeah. So then you've got Keith Olbermann.
Oh, Jesus, Cole. Can someone just choke him with his own sock?
So we're gonna pretend.
Such a moron.
We're gonna pretend that Augusta was segregated up until 1990. And for as much as we like to go back in history and right all the wrongs of history, which it's history, we're gonna do that. But now he's gonna call for everybody. He's calling for the PGA to not recognize the Masters because it's not a PGA Tour event. It's the Masters. It's an Augusta National event, and he's calling for sponsors and ESPN and CBS and TSN out of Canada to all not show the Masters. Not show it.
Not happening.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I'm telling you right now, he's probably the biggest idiot that's ever walked Earth. I mean, Oberman is such a doorknob. I just can't. he brought up what Eddie said. They're going to try to say that the name Masters is in reference to slaves.
He did. Oberman did.
And Oberman did.
Yeah.
And so Eddie predicted it. Thank you for that, Eddie. But and we all know that, by the way, you get a master's degree. It doesn't have anything to do with being...
It just means you're skilled at your art.
Right. And then that is what they're trying to... And it... See, you know, my blood pressure's up,
well,
Jay.
good. But why is it that we have to find fault in everything? The Quad City Times, love you. I always have to say this. Love the Quad City Times. Subscriber, love Koss, love Metcalf, love everybody there. Love the Quad City Times. But when you put an article out of Des Moines, not written by one of ours, so I need to, people hear it, so I need to, highlight that, about is gambling in Iowa a good thing? Because, I don't know, now it's on their phones, but now it's gone up now by, every month has had record amount of wagers. Do you think? Do you really think we're on 3 straight months? Let's go through it. NFL was back, and we have the playoffs. What do people more likely think they're going to know more about? The playoff teams, and they're going to do whatever else, okay? Then you've got NCAA basketball tournament, and you had Super Bowl during that time as well. Mm-hmm. Of course it's up. 100% it's up. People don't know how to gamble on baseball, and they don't really trust the NFL week to week. I wouldn't. I mean, we guess the lines every week.
We're pretty damn good at it,
We're good at guessing the lines, but I'm not good at gambling. Same thing with NCAA football.
No,
you don't
really
know
not.
what the COVID's going to hit or not. Now you have the vaccine. Do you think gambling's up? Of course it is. Don't make it seem like it's a bad thing at all. And be like, oh, look at the numbers. Well, do the math. Be smart before you write something and try to find fault in everything out there. Hey, I said it was going to happen. I think you're right to the point that those businesses around there that were, looking at that economic boom, it's gone.
I mean, it's like the NCAA. All right, how about it's like this? It's like having the Big Ten tournament in Indianapolis, and when they know Iowa's coming, they run out of Busch Light. So that's it. All those bars, restaurants, whatever. I mean, that's a ton of people. The people that are working the event, all that. It just.
But then you have a little segue into something. You have MLB who is rushing to something, saying, "Hey, we're pulling this out." Which, again, I'm sorry, it's all planted. Then you have the NFL, who has yet to really come out and do anything about Deshaun Watson.
Well, the NFL, they have a great track record.
Were you guys surprised by that?
Surprised by what?
The Deshaun Watson news, when that came out.
Yeah, the timing was very, very odd. But when we talked about it, when it was first started, right. The day when at the time it was 12. 12 women.
It's a lot.
And I looked at Jay and I go, the thing is, the timing's odd, but wow.
It's a lot of people.
12 people in a conspiracy is a hard nut to crack because that's 12 people that are trying to say, hey, we're going to frame him. I don't buy it. So yes, there's just...
It's too much.
There's too much smoke.
Right.
There's got to be some fire going on or somebody's puffing on something.
It's weird because it's not weird, I guess is the wrong word, but Deshaun Watson, always a good... Every time I've dealt with him...
Right.
It's always surprising when those things come out from guys that you don't expect it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, there's never been a sniff of anything wrong with Deshaun Watson. So, yeah, this one's going to be very interesting. And
it's tough.
Houston now, but they wish they had traded him.
So to catch up quick, the first lawsuit brought against Watson was on March 16th. Mm-hmm. By March 31st, the number has grown to 21, with all accusers seeking monetary damages for alleged incidents that took place between March of 2020 and March of 2021. So there he is facing 21 civil lawsuits from massage therapists accusing him of sexual misconduct and is now under criminal investigation by the Houston Police Department. Like we pointed out, in Texas, you don't have to turn everything over to the lawyer can turn around, and that's Busby, can turn over information to a grand jury without cooperation of the police, but he is now cooperating with them. A therapist uninvolved in the current lawsuit told SI about her experience treating Watson in the fall of 2019, which she described as sexually inappropriate and unlike anything she'd experienced with other clients. She went on to say, the one thing I kept thinking about is he's about to get traded to another place. He would have a whole new community of massage therapists to target.
When are these guys going to learn with this massage therapy?
The NFL is performing its own internal investigation, and it will assess the situation as it unfolds.
Yeah. Unreal.
Even without
he's
criminal
getting
charge,
suspended.
the league could choose to suspend Watson under its personal conduct policy. The Texans have grounds to void part of Watson's 4-year, $156 million contract if legal proceedings force him to miss time. And if they're entertaining his trade demand, his value could plummet in real time. That's what we've talked about. His sponsors haven't done anything. His sponsors, Rolex and Nike, haven't done anything
People are
yet.
being very cautious, right? Because there's a lot, like you said, it's a lot of women. But until there's some action taken or there's something figured out, I think people are going to wait. Because he does get the benefit. He's not been a bad guy that we know of, you know?
Right.
You do give a benefit of the doubt a little bit, but...
Sometimes, and other times we don't.
Right.
I mean...
That's
well,
true.
here's the deal. If this is true, I mean, I'm telling you, he's facing at least a year-long suspension, right?
The thing is where we're at now. So let's look at this. And we did this on the air. When that whole thing went down with Brett Favre,
Yeah.
SNL has a commercial parody about Wrangler jeans and crotchless Wranglers so he can pull out his privates and take photos quicker. SNL will not touch this. That's the weird world we live in now. Like, they're worried about saying anything, but they have a full-on spoof. You can find it on YouTube. We played it on the air.
Yeah.
And now it's like they're not even going to talk about it. So,
Well, there were probably some Packer fans that wanted him to send pictures.
what?
Well,
I don't know. Did you see the pictures? I don't think
Probably a
anybody
guy.
wanted
Probably,
that.
hey, honey, Brett wants to picture you.
No.
I don't think anybody.
nobody
Oh,
wanted it.
hey, Brett, send one of those to my wife, would you? Hey, dear.
You obviously didn't see the photos.
No, I tend to not look at those things very often.
So
Wasn't that good, huh?
The question about Deshaun Watson is:
Brett Pinky Favre. Sorry.
Would you want him coming to your team?
Deshaun Watson, if
Yeah.
this is true?
If this is true.
If
No.
the trade happened right now, how would you feel? Right now, how would you feel?
Well, you know I'm happy with Dak Prescott, so hell no.
No,
If
no
you're-
way.
I mean, think about this.
The
What city
extent
What
of
city
it.
could he go to if this is true?
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's not just the amount, it's an occupational hazard. There's massage therapists everywhere. So this is not something he can avoid. It's not like it was
Right.
someone he was dating or it was something that this is like in his professional environment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
So no.
I know I just said a year-long suspension, but I mean, 21 women.
It's too
If all 21 women are
Unreal.
he found guilty of 21 counts, I mean, is he just banned from
I
football?
think you're just done. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, seriously, he might be banned.
I don't know if
I mean, where do you draw the line? Hey, and a slap on the hand? Come on, dude.
because this is happening within
Right.
the game. It's not, his life outside. This is like
Yeah,
you can't have him come back
it's.
because then that's on you.
I mean, this is way worse than like fighting dogs. Okay,
Yeah, 100%.
this is
Okay.
this is.
Again-
I mean, dude, this is pretty major.
I can play not the devil's advocate, not
Yeah,
the contrarian.
I'm not going back
there's
saying
gonna
what
be
Favre
peop-
did was cool.
There's going to be
No.
people out there that say like, well, what took almost an entire year if this started in March of 2020 and someone says that an incident that happened in 2019, but she's not part of the lawsuit. What took so long for this to come out?
Because really, like someone asked that, it's not easy to come forward about sexual assault.
That's what I'm getting to. I don't think people understand. And a friend of mine once told me that she said that she's confident that 100% of her girlfriends and herself has been sexually assaulted in some
Yeah.
way. It does anything from your butt being slapped in a bar to worse. And in the end, they're right. She's right, and anybody who feels that way is right. You don't, and you may think like, oh, it just happened at the bar, but then when
Yeah.
it starts to go through your head, and you're like, wait a minute, that wasn't right. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And-
100%.
and someone that's a massage therapist is like, yeah, he showed up and from anything from he showed up at the door naked and tried
Right.
to kiss me. That's one of them that was, or put his hand, took my hand and put it on his member, that type of thing. It's from any level. But someone's going to sit out there and say like, well, that's weird. Why did they wait so long? Or they're just doing it for money.
it's embarrassing
and
and it's scary.
yeah. So in the NFL, the longer they sit back and don't do anything or say anything,
The worse it is.
it looks bad. So I guess there's really no easy way to handle these situations where we look at MLB and we think you pulled it too quick, which I think it was planned. I'm sorry. And I'll just keep saying it over and over again. And in the NFL not doing things, I don't know what the right thing to do
Well, I
is.
got the perfect punishment.
What's that?
He's got to go play for the Atlanta Falcons. He's got to be in the state of Georgia, and then we'll just cancel him right there. Boom. Can't watch football out of Georgia anymore.
Okay, that's your plan.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. So I don't think the PGA has any plans to pull anything from the Masters. I don't think that ESPN or CBS or TSN have anything to not show it.
I will lose my ever-loving mind if that happens.
Golf has been like kind of above all, or not above, but separate from all this stuff. Golf has been the one sport they're not getting involved like that. Don't you think? Like,
yeah, I mean, they're just like, hey, we're here to play golf. And
we're not here to do anything else.
I'm not here to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
Like,
interesting.
I got.
They don't even get asked that, though.
Like, yeah, it's like, I don't mind if people have a voice, they want to share something. Whatever. I'm not against that either. But at the same time, I don't need. Keith Olbermann's not the guy I want to hear from. You know, and I don't. And when it's just so idiotic, you know. It's like they took one dude off of Twitter and Facebook for spreading quote unquote lies. What's this guy doing?
Yeah.
So Olbermann can be on there saying whatever he wants to say. It's it's dangerous. That when they when they did that originally, said you're starting a dangerous precedence here.
Yeah.
And at the same time, Olbermann has the right to say what he wants to say.
He does.
Dumb as it is, it's his right to say.
America.
So NASCAR hasn't said anything.
Okay.
And
there's a ton of races down there, right?
July 11th, the Quaker State 400 is at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. They haven't done anything yet, which is fine. I'm not saying they should. I'm just at that time, because if you look at it, so that would be the Sunday before the All-Star game. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because it's the second Tuesday in July usually. That would make, I believe so. So,
it's like
because the 4th is on Sunday, obviously, and that,
yeah.
So the 6th
14th.
would be, so it'd be 14th. So NASCAR's not saying anything, but MLB pulled out. They're at the same time. What I'm saying is they have a similar timeline,
right? That
they're doing this, and it's fine. That I'm not saying NASCAR should. I'm just looking at if all of our major sports across the board, what's going on, and
if it's not Texas, where do they move it to, Jay?
The All-Star game.
Yeah.
It will be in Texas.
But if it's
100%
not Texas,
capacity.
Well, how would it not be in Texas?
I don't know. I'm just.
You're saying what's the alternative?
Yeah.
Is there any other alternatives?
I don't know.
I mean, wherever they go, they better make sure that the voting laws are not anywhere close to what the ones are in Georgia. Otherwise, they're going to get heat. Like, let's just say, for example, if it moved like to New York, they have more restricting voting laws than this Georgia does now. I mean, they opened up a can, and they're gonna deal with it.
Yeah.
People are done. I mean, it isn't like baseball is America's pastime anymore. I'm sorry, it's not.
No, it's not.
And they've been losing viewers for years. What do you think this just did? Guarantee it.
Just if you have a problem, state it and say you don't have to use these products. I'm personally not going to go out of my way and boycott Delta. I'm just not. I'm going to. Oh, is it going to get me from A to B the safest? Here we go.
Well, sometimes you got to fly Delta out of here. We don't have much of a choice.
Well, I don't know. Once they do that upgrade,
you don't have to like it. You just have to.
Hey, my neighbor flies for Delta, so I can't boycott my neighbor. Yeah. How's he going to feed his family?
I'm just same thing with Coca-Cola. I'm not. I don't drink soda. So.
Well, this one was made in Mexico. Does that count?
Oh.
H.O. de Mexico.
Those ones are the best.
Oh, yeah, real sugar.
Oh, my God.
What?
So
you
good.
get your Coca-Cola from Mexico?
I call them. What do they call it?
Refresco. See?
Where do you find that at?
Well, you can order it specifically from Coca-Cola. You say, I want a case of the Mexican Coke.
They sell them in where we live at the Mexican markets.
Yeah.
They're so good.
And then this was at Nally's. I bought it at Nally's today. Where that little taco came that I gave you.
See?
Never think of that.
It's good.
You want to hear the nutritional facts?
No, I don't. No.
Okay.
No,
I don't want to know what I'm. No,
that's enough of that.
Cane sugar, Jay.
Yeah.
It tastes better.
All right, so 4.5 tonight. Gonzaga's favored by Baylor. Who we got?
Emily, you go first.
I hate Gonzaga.
Okay.
So by default, I have to go Baylor.
I like that.
But I'll tell you why. I went to St. Mary's. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are rival.
Okay.
I hate Adam Morrison. I hate him. Saw him cry.
Yeah.
Saw him cry in person on the court against UCLA. Best day of my life. I was really hoping it would line up to be a Gonzaga UCLA game. Like in the final.
Yeah.
But so Baylor by default.
I'm with Emily.
And because Gonzaga, they're not as good as everyone thinks.
I'll take Baylor
It's
plus
West
4.5.
Coast basketball.
Yeah.
Doesn't Baylor have that comeback story to them of like, because their program, they had all the trouble down there, and then
I don't love Baylor.
Yeah, no, we don't
that?
love Baylor.
Who was that coach?
He's not there. Drew's there now. He took over that program. But no, don't love that story.
I do love Drew though. His family's incredible. Like the Drew family, iconic in basketball. So I support him.
Yeah, but then that one couple lives down there. The people that do the house fixer upper thing.
So?
Yeah, they live right by there. I like them.
They live right by Baylor campus?
Real close, or it's always in the background.
This is my thing about this game.
Chip and Joanna Gaines, that's who it is.
It's going to be high score. There's a lot of scoring in this game, right? There's going to be so many points. Who can play better defense? Who's going to stop that? I think Baylor has that better chance. Gonzaga's too offensive-minded. Mm-hmm. Mark Few is always on the go, fast-paced, get down the court. But who's going to be able to stop that is what's going to determine the game. I think Baylor has a better defense.
And I like the points, too. Give me 4.5. That's fine.
You like it? They get in the 4.5?
Yeah.
I'm just going to stay awake for one shiny moment. And that's all. I mean, that's all I really care about.
It's going to be insufferable. If Gonzaga wins, we're not going to hear the end of, WCC and this basketball. It's not good.
The first time since 1976. Oh, Lord.
What's that?
Since the last team went undefeated and won a national title.
Oh, yeah,
Which people say never happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what?
76.
45 years.
This isn't a normal
since
year.
you were born, Bird.
Yeah, bicentennial year.
Look at that.
Look at that. All right, so we mentioned the two universities. All right, I'm going to go to break, and I'm going to leave you with the trivia question, okay?
Okay.
Tonight's title game features two religious universities. Gonzaga is Catholic, and Baylor is Baptist.
I did not know that about Baylor.
Who were the
Look what Jesus did.
Who were the two schools the last time this happened? Meaning the two schools in the title game were religious universities. Who were the two schools the last time this happened? Both of these schools were in this year's field, is your hint. We're going to take a break here. Don't hassle us for local. When we come back, we'll answer the trivia question, then we'll get right into the mock draft.
Yay!
Get after it. All right, let's go.
Quad Cityans, you need to stop going on social media asking people where you're going to get your oil changed, where you're going to grab some lunch, or who's going to put a tattoo on you. All you need is your Locals Love Us guide. It has an easy-to-navigate table of contents to help you find what you're looking for. But if you don't have that, pick up your smartphone and type in localsloveus.com in your browser. It's easy to use, and they're even ranking all the most popular places for you. So please check it out today. That's our buddy Chopper at Locals Love Us. They're your guide to the best.
I've been earning and burning, snapping necks and cashing.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Bobby Metcalf from the Quad City Times, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Sports bettors, are you ready? You can now experience Iowa's premium sportsbook from the comfort of your own home. Download the PointsBet app now and use code Iowa2K to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. When you bet with PointsBet, you get faster bets, faster withdrawals, and faster rewards at your fingertips. All on an easy-to-use app rated #1 on Trustpilot. See for yourself why bettors are calling PointsBet innovative, lightning quick, and the reason why they've ditched the other books. Download the app now to experience Iowa's premium sportsbook for yourself, and don't forget to sign up with code Iowa2K to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. What do you have to lose? And PointsBet is giving customers the power to choose their own bad beat refund for March college basketball. Send us your bad beat for college basketball between 3/18 and 4/5 that you'd like refunded after the tournament. Your bet will be refunded in free bets up to $50. So, are you ready? Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Hey, do you have time to go to Vegas with me?
Time? Yes. Extra money to pay for the flights? No.
No, not Vegas. I'm talking about Vegas, right here in the Quad Cities.
I've never heard about Vegas. Tell me more.
Oh, they're safe and secure gaming cafes with 6 locations.
What kind of games do they have there? And they've got beer, right?
They have the latest games provided by Gem, and yes, beer.
Sounds like I'm gonna save on flights have fun, and win big.
To find out more about their locations and hours they're open, visit VegasGamingCafeIL.com.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Run with us on a John Deere Z365R Z-Track mower, built for taking it easy. With the Easy Change 30-second oil change system and standard mulch control to control your clippings without any extra effort. Because lawns aren't just for mowing, they're for living. Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a new Z300 Series zero-turn mower with 0% APR for 24 months at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 1-800-226-8903.
Buy flowers and grow potential in kids. Right now, you can support Big Brothers Big Sisters in the Quad Cities by placing any size order by April 19th. A wide variety of flats, hanging baskets, and potted plants. Plus, if you spend $50 or more, you can have your order delivered to your home for free. Or you can pick it up at our drive-thru. Pickup and delivery is May 5th and 6th. Place your order today at plantsale.org. That's plantsale.org. Support kids in our community with Big Brothers Big Sisters.
I'm Ari Wolf with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. If Sam Darnold is bothered by rumors the Jets may draft a quarterback with the second pick, he hasn't shown it, at least according to former teammate Josh McCown. The ex-Jet tells ESPN he's heard no negativity from Darnold in their recent talks and believes Darnold would welcome a QB competition, saying, quote, Sam would embrace it, work hard, and try to make the most of the opportunity to play this year. Elsewhere, Chiefs All-Pro Patrick Mahomes tells Yahoo Sports he's already adjusting his fitness regimen to prepare for the new 17th game on the NFL schedule, saying, quote, you'll have to change your day-to-day work because you want to make sure your body can take the workload of adding in another game. And with new Jags head coach Urban Meyer recently saying tight end is the weakest position on his roster, the Florida Times-Union reports the team is interested in drafting Penn State tight end Pat Freiermuth with either their 25th pick in round one or a second-round pick. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
DQ presents Picture This. Picture a DQ chicken and biscuits basket. All white meat chicken strips nestled next to crispy golden fries and 7 mini biscuits. Fluffy, flaky mini biscuits that you can dunk in a side of warm pepper gravy. Then you leave the drive-thru and your favorite song comes on the radio. And all the streetlights turn green. This mini win calls for a mini celebration with the DQ chicken and biscuits basket. Or get it delivered at DQ.com. DQ. Happy tastes good.
At Napa, we keep things moving. If it has wheels and an engine, we help keep it on the road. And if it's on the road, we have parts for it. And if you need a part, you can get it fast, like same-day pickup or next-day delivery fast. At Napa, when we're not thinking about cars, we're thinking about the people who drive them. Because when it comes to serving you and our community, our motor never quits. That's Napa know-how. Same-day pickup and next-day delivery available at participating stores and on in-stock items only.
Drive around all day with the latest sports talk in your car on the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170.
Welcome back, everybody, to the greatest show on earth, Don't Hassle So Local. Live with us in studio, Emily Van Buskirk, all the way from NoCal.
NorCal, but yeah.
Oh, you call it NorCal?
Why would I say NoCal?
Okay.
No California.
Got it.
No sleep till California.
No sleep till Brooklyn.
Is it true that it never rains in Southern California?
No, that's not true.
It's not true at all.
That's just a Tony song?
No, that song came out way before Tony.
I'm pretty sure Tony sang that song.
Don't challenge him on the music thing.
I'm pretty sure that they probably redid it.
Well, with next commercial break, we're going to find out.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
well, what about the answer to this trivia?
Fine.
I got to guess.
All right. So, Baylor, tonight's championship game in the NCAA final, pits two religious universities. Gonzaga is Catholic, and Baylor, which is Baptist. Who were the two schools the last time?
Let's see.
What did you guess?
Villanova and Loyola. I wasn't guessing.
In the championship. The championship game.
I don't know. So Villanova and...
I didn't say Villanova.
Well, you let it slide.
No, just because Gonzaga sounds like Villanova.
Uh-huh. Who is it? I forgot.
It was Villanova in Georgetown, 1985. Yeah.
That was the year I was born.
That was very anticlimactic.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess BYU and Loyola. I figured it happened.
Why would BYU be
I don't know. I thought it happened
championship
sometime
game?
in the 50s.
No.
I don't know. I was just guessing.
Never.
I didn't even know Georgetown was a religious school or Villanova.
Oh, yes.
See? Things you don't know.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know that either.
I knew
know
Villanova.
BYU is.
Yeah, we know BYU is, yeah. All right. You've listened to the podcast. You've read the all the things online for a mock draft. We've talked to Emily on the phone. We've talked about some of the prospects. She's been all over the place. Where were you at? You were in St. Louis, right? Last weekend?
Yep.
For a pro day?
Yep.
Who put that on?
So it was put on by a guy named Mark Lillibridge.
Uh-huh.
He's a former player, scout, agent. He works with the Brawl Network.
Okay. So he put that on, and these are places that normally don't really have like a pro day. Like Alabama had a second pro day, but some of these smaller schools, they don't have it, and a lot of the bigger schools will still invite people in, but because of COVID, they didn't have anywhere to go. So you went to St. Louis and got to see some of the pro day, right?
Yeah, so it was for small school guys who couldn't play anywhere else, and it was awesome. We had like 30 guys out there. They got to do all the drills, the 40, the cone drill. They got to do the jump, the broad, all that stuff officially, and then we send all that information to the NFL teams.
Okay. So we're going to go, it's not going to be like a back and forth, like 1, 2, 3, 4, or snake it or whatever else. You both are going to have your 1s, your 2s, your 3s. We're going to compare them. We're going to talk about them, all that stuff, and trying to talk in some of the prospects, where they're going to go and why. Along the way, I may ask you guys if there's a possible trade here or if someone might make a move here and there. You guys can throw it in, say you can see it, or you could just say, yeah, you're full of it, and leave us alone. We've been putting this draft together for so long, Jay. Stop interrupting us with your dumb questions about Villanova. So let's get into it. First pick overall is going to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, I think everybody in the world is in agreement that it's going to be Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. Yes.
And if
for
we
better
have to,
or for worse.
and if we have to explain why you're not a football fan.
Yeah.
Trevor's great though. So personally, I love Trevor Lawrence. Covered him a lot. Just a really good kid. So aside from what he's done on the field, he'll be great in the locker room. He's not going to cause any problems, which is good.
Is Jacksonville? Do you think Urban Meyer could institute like a haircut policy? I'd like that.
Whoa.
Hey, Jay.
Whoa, what?
Whoa.
I'm not a fan of his hair.
Calm down with your short hairness.
His hair is amazing.
I wish. Hey, you don't say that when they talk about Bryce Harper.
Yeah. His hair is amazing.
Wow.
That guy should be.
Jay has these man crushes.
But what is different about his hair versus Trevor Lawrence?
His hair isn't like long and straight like a soccer mom's haircut.
No, he gels it up like a douchebag.
Who, Bryce?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I'm not going to say. This is an NFL draft, mock draft talk. This is not a bash on the greatest player on the planet.
I'm not saying that Bryce Harper
right
is good or bad. I'm saying that he looks like a guy you want to punch in the face, which is what Hunter Strickland was going to do to him.
I think he's very misunderstood.
Is he?
That may be the case, but you still want to punch him in the face when you look at him sometimes.
I do not want to punch him in
Jay
the face.
wants to kiss him in the face.
I do want to kiss his face with his, and that beard. Anyway.
Just want to lose.
Have you seen him digging? I can't even go on. I can't. The way he digs into that box.
If that guy, you
and
would
he looks
probably
at
watch that guy go to the
he's
restroom, wouldn't you?
He's just like, he looks at that bat when he digs in, and he's just like, you better hit that ball so hard. And then I'm like, yes. I'm going to like.
Can we talk football?
Yes, please. Let's do it. I don't want to embarrass myself
so,
anymore.
yeah.
Anyway, all right. The number one pick overall, you guys are in agreement. It's going to be Trevor Lawrence. He'll go to the Jacksonville Jaguars, which, by the way, I'm flirting with picking them up as a team still. Flirting. But Urban Meyer kind of rubs me the wrong way. All right, the number 2 pick. Where are we going now, kids?
Emily, start. It's the New York Jets.
Yeah. Still, we talked about this, like, all the quarterbacks. So obviously, I'm gonna go Zach Wilson.
Okay. I did the same.
Yeah.
There was a time when I had them taking a tackle here.
Oh, interesting.
But after a ton more research, it just seems like with everything we found out about the San Francisco trade, San Francisco was trying to get the 2, and they're like, well, you know, I think they had some insider info.
They started to move so late.
Yeah.
Was my issue with the Niners. Like, if you knew this is what you wanted, why are you moving on it so late? You're not going to get up there.
Right.
So,
yeah, I just
they got as high as they could.
I don't know. I still think the Sam Darnold thing, he needs a chance with, like, a good coach and a good team.
I love Sam Darnold.
And I think he's not getting a fair shake.
Agreed. But the Jets, we talked about this last night, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's not going to work out.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we have that.
Historically.
But if you can change the front office and the climate, maybe you do have a winning recipe. But right now, the history shows that the Jets are going to jet it up. And
can you change, like, hexes or voodoo curses? Like, I don't know what you need to do, but, like, cleanse.
Elton John needs to come there and, like, sing him a song.
Yeah.
Benny and the Jets, get him going, you know.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
Elton John, that's
love that for them.
It's all on Elton John.
All right, so you guys both have Zach Wilson going at 2?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
And number 3, the San Francisco 49ers.
You go first.
I will. That's good. I think we can switch off.
Yeah.
I have them taking a quarterback, and it is Trey Lance.
I have Mac Jones.
Really?
Yep. Wow. A little curveball for you there.
Wow.
I do like quarterback for them because I am not a Jimmy G fan. Just never have been. Never saw it working out. I've stood next to Jimmy G many times in social settings and always said he was too undersized. I could have picked him up and broken him over my knee. Like, he is small. He's too small. He's got no thickness at all. Mac Jones is a thick kid, and he doesn't make mistakes. Yeah, he's not the most talented quarterback in this draft, okay, but he will not throw picks. He won't fumble the ball. He's going to do what you need him to do, which he learned at Alabama. If you put the right things around him, he'll be fine.
Interesting pick.
I listened to a podcast today, and
Yes.
they basically were saying what you're saying about Mac Jones, but they're kind of saying if Tua was 2 feet taller, it'd be Mac Jones. And the problem is they feel like they said he's just a guy who really is more of a guy that looks like he's going to sell you commercial real estate, not be the leader of your team. That's all.
Mac
That's
Jones?
that's what they're saying about him. And
Hey, I
they
would
say he's a
rather
little
have
goofy.
somebody-
You know,
He is goofy, but he's
Yeah.
relatable.
Uh-huh.
People like him. You know, Joe Burrow's goofy.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
Goofy.
Jay loves Joe Burrow, too. It's his
Joe
other
Burrow
man
has a
crush.
I wish I
goofy
was wearing
side
my
to
Joe
him.
Burrow shirt right now.
I don't have anything against Joe Burrow, but do I think people put him better than he is? Yeah, 100%. We are where we are.
So I think the idea with the San Francisco, and you would know more being in the area, is that they're going to go forward with Jimmy G and for a year, and then probably cut him after that because
I don't even know that he makes a year.
You don't think so?
Assuming he doesn't get hurt again, and assuming things go okay, they're not immune to making like rash decisions, getting rid of him.
So, and that's the other thing that people would, I think, and then listening to the Pat McAfee show on the way in today, he was talking about it, and someone brought up, is this going to be bad for the clubhouse if the players back Jimmy G and they draft a quarterback? But McAfee's response was, the players all trust Lynch, so they know if he's doing something, he's doing something for
the
the
players' GM for sure.
So, and I like that response. Like, yeah, there could always be that, but this isn't a Mason Rudolph to the Steelers type of thing. This is a number 3 overall pick. So, all right. So Mac Jones goes there. Now it gets interesting. Are we going to have?
He had Trey Lance.
I had Trey Lance.
I want to hear Trey Lance. Like,
that's a good. Yeah.
Why?
Well, and it goes to your thickness. I like his.
I can't argue with the thickness.
He's 6'4", 226.
Okay.
He's got the wheels. He's got the arm strength.
But we don't know what he can do.
We don't. We don't know what a lot of these guys can do in the NFL.
But we really don't know what he can do against like top. I would even say like 50 like defense. Like, we just don't know.
Right.
You can have all the tools in the world and a great arm, but when those guys are running at you.
I think with the fact that they have Jimmy G, it allows them to,
So you think he's
to
gonna...
train this guy up. And I think I like Kyle Shanahan being the guy to, like a quarterback whisperer, if you will. I mean, look at RG3's best year was with Kyle Shanahan as his quarterback's offensive coordinator. You know, that's my thought. on Trey Lance is the size and the size of what he is. I think
he's an athlete. I'm not, but should he be number 3 in the draft? No.
Okay.
But a lot of people say that. I've heard. I mean, you hear the arm discussion all the time.
I mean, and the argument here was to both of us would be Justin Fields is better than both of them.
See, that's the crazy thing is like, yeah, Justin Fields is very talented, but
I don't know if he's better than the other two though. Overall.
It's.
Well, Atlanta at 4, Emily, and it's your turn.
So for those following along, Todd McShay, he released his latest mock draft. Mine's very similar to his latest, which I guess is a good thing, but I was surprised that he went with some guys that I went with. But so you'll notice some similarities between his latest and what I'm going to do here. But I have Kyle Pitts to the Falcons.
Kyle Pitts.
Tight end, very impressive. Saw him play in person a couple times. He's a beast.
Yeah. I flirted with this big time. I thought that this was a huge possibility.
Mm-hmm. But you didn't go with it.
I did not.
Okay.
I went with Penny Sewell. And I know you hate Penny Sewell.
I don't hate him. He's an incredible human being. I could never hate someone like him, ever. But
looking at the numbers from his pro day, it just reminded me of Tristan Wirfs. And I know you say he's not proven against.
We just don't know. We don't know what we don't know about him.
So I still have him at 4.
Okay.
To Atlanta.
So Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. I love a tight end. I love a fullback. That's my.
It's considered, outside of the quarterbacks, considered the can't-miss athlete of the draft.
He's a freak.
His wingspan is insane. If there's any knock, it's going to be on blocking, but who cares? The tight end position's a little bit different in the NFL now. And you have that tight end legacy, in Atlanta. So
yeah, and there's a lot of offensive fun to be had.
Yeah.
With the Falcons. My favorite fullback is on the Falcons, Keith Smith.
And the people that think they'll go quarterback here, they have to keep in mind that the restructured contract on Matt Ryan is the dead cap space doesn't work out for him unless they wait to cut him in 2022 after June 1st, which is kind of a slap in the face to a franchise quarterback. And when I say franchise, how about just the face of a team? I mean, he's on the Mount Rushmore of the Atlanta Falcons. So who knows how they're going to look at that? But yeah, Kyle Pitts is considered the number one can't miss non-quarterback.
Now there was
there's talk that they might trade this number 4 pick.
And this is what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, that's what
if they trade this pick, I see teams like maybe the Bears move up to this spot and take Justin Fields.
I don't want him to do that.
I don't love
There's
that.
got to be somebody else.
I think the Lions were looking at moving him.
Okay, but then where would the Lions go there? Would they go with Penei Sewell? Or would they go with a quarterback?
If the Lions move up, I think they go with Pitts.
Yeah, I think they do too.
But they have T.J. Hawkinson.
Pitts is kind of a hybrid.
Yeah, I know.
He could do
yeah
anything.
Yeah, and I mean, Atlanta, if they stay there, that puts them with Cooper and Jones, and now they have Pitts out there as well. It could become pretty.
It's scary.
Yeah,
it's dynamic. That's what's hard, is you have all these different things coming at you, and you have to plan defensively for all that.
All right, so then we go to the 5.
Yeah. And it's me first. So Cincinnati, I went back and forth a couple times. At first I had them taking Pitts,
Interesting.
but I changed it up. I have them reuniting Mr. Burrow with Jamar Chase.
Interesting.
That's at the 5 at Cincinnati. Okay,
You're going to
Emily?
give him a weapon to throw to, but nothing to protect him.
No, give him something in the second round.
I wrote literally in this
because they
slot
did
here.
just sign Riley Reef, and that was my thought.
Okay.
So I think they go for the tackle in the second round.
I think that they go with the best alignment not named Penei Sewell.
So you're going with Rashawn Slater?
No, actually, I mean that was my overarching thought. But then I looked into it. I like the guy from USC, Elijah Vera Tucker.
Okay, yeah, he's one of the top interior linemen. Actually, he's the number 1 ranked interior lineman. It's just on everybody's board. Yeah,
USC is, and I know I'm like Pac-12. We didn't really see much, blah blah blah. But his prior work is so impressive from his the years before this season, and USC is just known for that. They have very strong, very physical guys in their lines. So.
Well, there is this possibility that the front office is going to listen to Joe Burrow because he is lobbying for Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
And the reason why they'll listen to him is because Joe Burrow is old enough to be in a front office position. But I love him. He is old.
You have a funny way of showing.
I just don't think that. Are you going to the front office? Are you going to listen to what the quarterback wants? Or are you going to say like, "Hey, we got to protect you," and we'll get to that point or whatever else? So
why would he not want more protection after what happened? I mean, after I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense.
I still think there's going to be some talent at tackle. It's a tackle deep draft, I think, and I think they can find it at pick 38. I think there's a good tackle there.
I think there's wide receiver talent that'll be open too, though. I don't think you have to get Jamar Chase.
Okay.
The smart thing to do is be like, listen, we appreciate it, Joe, but we really want to protect you, so we're going with
That's a big investment.
We appreciate you telling us what we should do, but how about you didn't tell us to draft you? We drafted you. We did it, so that was a good start. Did we do a good job? And he's like, yeah, like okay, we're going to continue doing that.
Okay.
Then. All right, so what's next? We got number 6.
Yes.
Emily's number 6, the Miami Dolphins.
I went wide receiver, Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith.
Mm-hmm. My favorite wide receiver in the draft.
Is it weird that his hand still hasn't healed? He barely caught any passes at their second pro day.
You know what? I was talking to Eli Howard from Texas Tech last night for the podcast that's coming out today, and he said injury is such a big thing that people bring up as negatives, people suffering them, people not getting over them, whatever. He said, I would be wary of a guy who was never injured. I would be wary of a guy who... because it's a hazard of the game. You're playing hard, you're hitting hard, you're going to get injured. How you come back and how you work around it is what's important. So is it disconcerting that that's still going on? Maybe, but also maybe it's just his approach to your pro day is not the be all end all. Maybe he's just looking at his future, He's incredibly talented and he's a good person. From what I hear, I've covered him a few times. To me, this draft is not just about metrics. It's about you're adding to an organization. You need to bring in positive things. With all the negative we've seen, we just talked about Deshaun Watson. You cannot. And they look at these. The scouts. They grill these guys about their personal life. Their significant others, whether they've been in trouble, and they know who these guys are. So you can't afford to bring in. I don't want to say bad apple because that's mean, but like guys that aren't gonna do what they need to do.
And I know we've referenced this a couple times, but us being friends and familiar with each other, when we sit down and have a couple cocktails, we're still talking sports. So we talked about this last night. And when I sit there and said like, what about is he 170 pounds? Maybe your point, Emily, was just like they'll take care of that.
Yeah.
Like they have people. It's not like. It's not like one guy's in charge. I don't even want to go down this road, but one guy's in charge of the strength and agility. They have an entire coaching staff for this to take care of these things. Yes.
The resources at the next level are crazy. So he's in college, and yes, Alabama has NFL-like resources, of course, but it's even crazier at the next level. So he's going to have the nutrition. He's going to put on the weight. He's going to have all the training and the make sure he's good. So
and on top of it, at the college level, even at Alabama too, I don't care, Abilene Christian, you only have so much time as coaches that you can be around these kids because the NCAA holds you back. Now when you're a professional,
so you're doing, and that's what Eli told me. He's like, when you're next level, you have all the time in the world to dedicate to this. When you're a college student, you don't. So it's going to change for him.
All right.
Well, it's just so weird though to me. These kids are on scholarship to come play football, right? And they limit the time that a coach or whatever can be around them, right? Let's just face it. These kids are going to college, especially if you're going to play college at Alabama or play football at Alabama.
Right.
You're trying to make it as a professional, right? Do they hold back the time that they can spend with the professor? Any kid? No. There should be no reason to hold back time. I don't understand that. To me, is dumb. They shouldn't restrict their growth. You're inhibiting their growth per se. I don't like the NCAA. You know that, Jay. Well,
right,
I
we're
number
just,
6.
We're just through 6. We got to take a break.
Well, I got to give my pick.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Is that all right?
Yeah. Well, no. Go ahead. I told you stop letting me interrupt.
God, Joe Burrow. Calm down, Joe.
You have 20 seconds.
I took Kyle Pitts.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Done.
We'll be right back here.
It's
ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle for local.
The Rock says he's going to make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous. You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is WQAD's Matt Randazzo, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
So you say you're in the market for a truck or sedan. Maybe your family needs a minivan. Perhaps you just want a little coupe. Well, you can find them all at Weber Auto Group. WeberAutoGroup.com.
Visit Weber Auto Group's brand new showroom in Silvis. They have vehicles based on what you want or need this spring savings season. With over 260 vehicles in stock, ride off in the car of your dreams.
WeberAutoGroup.com.
Time to save on everything you need for your pets now at Tyson's. Tired of muddy paws tracking through your house? Look no further than the Dexys Mudbuster Dog Paw Washer, now $12.99. Savings for your feline friends with World's Best Cat Litter, now 15% off. Save 15% on pet shampoo, conditioners, as well as other pet grooming essentials. For these deals and more, shop in-store or online at Tysons.com. Tysons, home, farm, auto.
Come on into Tyson's, more for you.
It's time to rise and grind. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin.
Even if you weren't playing the best, which Mitchell Trubisky was not at the beginning of the year, even though the defense was stepping up their game to a different level and making him look decent, you're still undefeated. I don't understand why you get benched for Nick Foles at that time. And we're seeing it across multiple landscapes of different teams. When that relationship becomes fractured, that's hard to get back. And I think that relationship between Trubisky and Matt Nagy, the way Matt Nagy handled that with a guy like Nick Foles, that he brought in to say, hey, let's steal this thunder, I don't think you just get that back. So for anybody that's like, oh, why we sign Andy Dalton? We could have got Mitchell Trubisky. I'm sitting there saying, if I'm Mitchell Trubisky, I don't want to go back to Chicago. Clearly. Why do I want to go back to Matt Nagy? I want nothing to do with you. You go ahead and you take all that bad karma and you keep it right there.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
I am so tired of everyone talking shirt, but they've got no idea what they're talking about.
Whoa, what are you talking about?
Every time I try to order shirts, I get a company who has no idea what they're doing. My orders are always messed up, and you can never get a hold of anybody when you need help with something.
I think I have a solution. QC Custom Tees. They're in Silvis. I've been using them for years. They love to talk shirts. This time of year, they love to talk hoodie, too.
Ah, good one. What makes QC Custom Tees so different?
They actually care about me. Their communication's amazing. Their products are always great quality, and anytime I have an issue with something, they're quick to respond and fix it. They take customer care to the next level.
So if I wanted to experience this red carpet treatment, how do I get a hold of them?
You can go to their website, qccustomtees.com, or find them on Facebook. If you ask me, they're the best shirt talkers in the QC.
Screen printing, embroidery, banners, or anything else custom printed, qccustomtees.com. Pros at talking shirt.
Mike Greenberg. Greeny.
Did you see how much money Fernando Tatis just signed for? 14 years, $340 million. If you have a child with athletic ability, make sure that kid plays baseball. By the way, while you're at it, tie his right arm behind his back and make sure he's left-handed, because then he might become a pitcher.
Greeny, 9 till 11 on ESPN 1170.
We need the forklift over here.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
Okay, those molds need to be adjusted. The shippers are coming at noon, so we got to get this done.
Like at Dennis's plastic startup, to stay flexible, he needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
If you own a
small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to getlocalcustomersnow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit getlocalcustomersnow.com. Getlocalcustomersnow.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to Mock Day Monday.
Okay. I know everyone's been waiting on pins and needles. Is that how it's used?
I think so.
They're on their seats. They're
on the edge of the seats.
Edge of their seats.
Standing room only, if you will.
I hope everyone's brought an extra pair of socks to their work or their day or whatever else, because I'm about to knock the first pair off when I give you this information.
Uh-oh.
Tony was not the first to sing It Never Rains in Southern California, but unfortunately, the lyrics aren't the same. So I don't know if with a tie or whatever else. I need to look in a little bit more. But as far as I'm concerned, the only band that has ever sang It Never Rains in Southern California is Tony.
But you're wrong.
And if Tony says it, I believe it. It never rains in Southern California, period.
Emily's here to tell you that's wrong.
Well, I don't live in Southern California.
Yeah, but
right.
she's
But she knows the weather.
Yeah.
I do have a weather app.
Because apparently, she's fine with traveling 4.5 hours where I can't go anywhere that's more than 4.5 minutes away.
I can tell you this, when it does rain in Southern California, it might as well be like 10 feet of snow.
Okay. See,
people lose their shit.
Yes.
Yeah, so it is 100%. What it is.
100%.
Yeah. All right, so we're at pick number 7. Yep.
Pick number
and it's
7.
The Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions. I believe it's my turn to go first.
Yeah, let's see it.
And so, Emily, I have Devontae Smith going to the Detroit Lions.
You're going to love it because I have Jamar Chase.
Hey, look at that.
You guys.
Well,
you can't go wrong, with either of those. So.
I don't think so either.
But they do. But the wide receiver is a good look for them.
Yeah, I mean, losing Kenny Galladay, I think, they're taking the best available between Devontae, Jamar, or Jalen Waddle.
But they did pick up, a lot of speed already in the free agency. But I feel like Chase would give them like this kind of X factor. But
absolutely,
Smith would do as well. They're both talented. So
there's no defense in here, or just I mean, not to say that it's.
I got some.
No, I'm saying for Detroit. I mean, when that coach came out and he got hired, he's like, "We're gonna fight. We're gonna smack him across the face." It sounded more like defense, but I know he's just a coach. He's not really the front office. But
for their top needs, Jay, I mean, wide receiver is there. They do have needs at defensive line, offensive tackle, linebacker, and cornerback.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Moving on to 8. But you guys both agree in wide receiver.
Wide receiver, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Carolina, Emily.
Carolina. I'm gonna. This is probably gonna. I got Justin Fields.
You know what's awesome? So we have the same thing.
No way.
Carolina, I have their needs, Emily. Heavily need a quarterback. Offensive line, offensive tackle, linebacker, and cornerback. Yes, they're taking Justin Fields if he's available.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I think he will be. So.
Yeah.
But here I'll say this: if Mac Jones is available, I think they go offensive lineman.
You think they're not signing Mac Jones as?
I don't think it's anti. I just don't think it's the look for them.
Okay.
Can we talk about Dan Orlovsky's comments about Justin Fields, where he said that he was the last to show up and the first to leave, and basically turned himself into clickbait? And Herbstreit, his colleague at ESPN, was just basically turned around and said, "I don't know what this guy is talking about. This is the guy who was the face to the NCAA. We need to play. The team all feels this way. He played with almost 4 broken ribs in that game against Clemson." And Orlovsky had to backtrack and say, "Well, some sources told me."
Well,
you write for this stuff, and sometimes you need those local unique views. You need those clicks or whatever else, and he needs eyes on him. I've said this before over and over again. Orlovsky had 10 years in the league. He's been an analyst for years. He's on First Take. He's there all day long. I really believe when I look at him, he looks in that camera and he basically staring at that camera most of the time, and he doesn't believe the nonsense that's coming out of his mouth. I just think he kind of said it to see where it was going to go. And when he got pushback from his colleagues, he was like, well, this is what people told me, but he's a great guy.
This is what's frustrating for me because these are kids, and this is the rest of their life that you're messing with by saying stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know Justin Fields personally. I've covered him a handful of times. I've seen, the biggest example, I think, of why I don't feel as strongly about him as a player is that Clemson game, because I was there on the field watching him kind of not be able to finish that game. And it's not to say he's a bad kid. He's not. But I don't think he's a gamer in that regard. But I would never, ever write something like that could hinder. If you don't know that to be true, you should not speculate about someone's character like that.
And again, I know we're doing the draft, just another side story, but this is conversation.
No, it's good.
It was going on. Someone said something more. They went on Twitter. I can't remember who it is, so I apologize if someone out there on the Heritage Club Facebook comment thread can put it up there. That's great. But someone said this happens all the time for African-American quarterbacks. They question their leadership. They question this, but it doesn't happen to white quarterbacks. And to the end, when I was listening to this on a podcast in the middle of my jog, I almost stopped and froze because I'm like, are you kidding me? Because it's not true. Josh Rosen got tons of heat saying that he's a
rich kid.
Yeah, kid who's not involved in anything because he can go ahead and go to Silicon Valley.
Josh Rosen's the worst.
Okay, and then the same thing was, but Zach Wilson, Mel Kiper came out halfway through the year when he was starting to do things, and he said, he's like, this kid isn't even the captain of his team. And then all of a sudden, people came back and like, "What's the C for? Why is he wearing a C on his Letterman coat? Why is he wearing the C sweater?" And he had to dial back and be like, "Oh, I guess I didn't know."
I don't know Wilson, but that's more of a BYU stigma in general. My dealings with them have been not great. So I've seen, for example, they played Cal a couple years back in Berkeley, beat them, of course. After the game, we're on the field, and bunch of their players, I don't know who it was, I can't say, they were calling the black kids on the Cal team the N-word.
Oh.
And they had just beaten them. I mean, it was a commentary on character.
Yeah.
So BYU traditionally, for me, in my experience, has not been great. It's not all the kids on the team, but it was definitely a mentality where it's like, so that everyone's going to have a different experience with these kids, but I don't ever speak on players unless I know for sure. My dealings with them have been this is what I saw, whatever. Otherwise, just shut up. Yeah. Because you don't know. You're not
100%.
there.
Yeah, you don't know the story.
You don't see what they're doing, but unless there's instances like Cam Newton stealing people's laptops. That was a very clear thing that happened, and then okay, I'll speak on it, but that drives me nuts.
Yeah, and like I said, maybe it's a thing of just to, again, you've been
doing it that long. You know that this is important enough where you should not be saying shit unless you know.
He should not be doing that at all. So all right. Next 8 pick.
Anyway.
Number 8 pick. Right?
Yep, we all both had Justin
slowing
Fields.
You guys down.
All right. Number 9, the Denver Broncos. I have them taking a linebacker, Micah Parsons.
I love Micah Parsons. He's a great, I don't have them taking a linebacker, but I like that pick.
Okay.
I have him cornerback.
Yeah, that is one of the
I got
needs.
Patrick. I can't even ever say his
Surtain.
Yeah, I like him though because he's a good cover corner. He's an elite playmaker, and they need a leader in that secondary. So
yeah, for their top needs, Jay, for Denver, offensive tackle, linebacker, cornerback, safety, and D-line. So
I went CB because honestly, CB is like the QB of the defense, and you need somebody with a lot of confidence, someone who's going to make plays, and I feel like that Surtain kid is like that. So.
Yeah, I think you're right with Surtain. He is definitely the top cornerback.
And he's chatty. I love it. Broncos need more swagger because Drew Lock was not it, and they need someone with swagger, and I feel like this kid has swagger. He's going to bring some.
Now, I have seen some mocks out there from other people that have the Broncos taking Mac Jones here.
I don't hate that, but
just
Mac Jones is such a good fit.
There's a possibility also that I've read and heard the Broncos trade up to Atlanta to take Mac Jones there as well.
Okay.
If they trade up to do that, yes, they'll probably take Mac Jones.
What, number 10, the Dallas Cowboys, Emily. Oof. Who do you got my team taking?
I'm going CB again because they need defense so
they do.
bad. And like I said, CB is the general for me. You need guys like that with the confidence. I have JC Horn.
That is a very good pick.
Because it's immediate. He can go in and make an immediate impact on defense because he's ready,
And I actually have Dallas taking Patrick Surtain.
Okay. Well,
so we agree on there.
Either or, yeah.
Cowboys, top needs, cornerback, D-line, offensive tackle, and
an entire
edge.
defense.
Yeah, defense. That's what they need.
Yeah.
And let's hope Dan Quinn can turn things around because Mike Nolan was garbage.
It's been tough to watch. I don't like the Cowboys per se, but you hate to see that. You hate to see what's been going on.
Yeah. So yeah, I would love to. J.C. Horn's great too, but I kind of have this little fantasy in my brain where I got Trevon Diggs and Surtain together.
I like that. I can see that.
That's where I'm at.
Okay. Not bad.
Exciting. Number 11, the New York Giants, and I had top needs linebacker, defensive end, cornerback, and then wide receiver and offensive tackle. I have them taking J.C. Horn.
Nice. I like that. I've got linebacker from Notre Dame, Jeremiah. I can never say his name.
Owusu-Koramoah.
Yeah. Koramoah, yeah. I just like him for, I don't really have a good reason other than he's physical and they just need, they need it. They need to be taken seriously as a football team, so they need some more physicality, and so I like that.
Well, the owner, the GM, I don't know which one of the two, believe that they can win a Super Bowl with Danny Dimes. Well, that remains to be seen.
Yeah.
But with the healthy Saquon Barkley, who knows? But yes, they need to do some things over there. But that division is up for grabs every year. So.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, number 12 is. Number 12 is Philly.
Yep.
And Emily, it's on you.
See, I have Micah Parsons going there.
Okay.
So, linebacker, Penn State. Philadelphia has a couple needs, and you could have gone. I think it's when you get down to 12, 13, 14, it's going to depend on what's there.
Right.
And like you had Micah going earlier, so if he's not there, then it's
I have needs down as well as linebacker, corner, wide receiver, edge and safety are in there as well.
Yeah.
I have them taking Jalen Waddle.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I like that. I mean, I think they need a defensive over offensive, but it's not about.
I can see it going either way on that.
Yeah, really good. Again,
Philly. It's
going to depend on what people have done and who's there.
I mean, they traded down because they felt, they wanted to get more value, and I think they didn't really. I think at 6, that's where they originally were. At 6, they probably felt okay. The person we're really shooting for isn't going to be there, so they just went down to 12.
I can also see them taking J.C. Horn because he fits in that physical mold that they have, and they're thin at cornerback, so that was my kind of alternative.
Okay. Yeah, if for example, if things were flipped a little bit for us, so if the Giants went ahead and took Waddle, then I think they definitely take J.C. Horn. Yeah, I could see that happening as well. At number 13, my other favorite team, the Los Angeles Chargers.
That's your other favorite team? I did not know that.
I love the Chargers.
That's interesting.
I liked them more when they were in San Diego, but hey, that's all right.
Yeah, most people did.
I have them taking a tackle here to protect that beautiful human of a quarterback that we both love.
Justin Herbert.
I have them taking Rashawn Slater.
I like Rashawn Slater. He is a beast. He's very good. And he was fun to watch this year. I have him taking Penei Sewell to reunite the Oregon teammates. Because you know that Sewell would die for Justin Herbert. So
all right. I love it.
I'm not worried about what we don't know about him because what I do know is that he would die for a fellow Duck. So that's what I do know.
All right.
So I don't feel weird putting him there,
That's great.
Yes.
At 14, the Vikings. Eddie's Vikings. Emily, who do you?
See, I had Rashawn Slater going to the Vikings.
All right.
So, because I think he's a good fit, and then he still gets to wear purple. I love it.
I have top needs for the Vikings as defensive end, offensive line, D-line, and secondary needs as cornerback and wide receiver.
You got to be going offensive line or tackle here.
I'm going edge rusher, defensive end.
Okay.
I'm going Gregory Rousseau from Miami.
Rousseau, not my favorite from Miami. I like Quincy Roche is my favorite Miami player, but I do like Rousseau too. He's good. That's actually who Eli Howard mentioned yesterday. When I asked him, I was like, Eli Howard, defensive player from Texas Tech, he's not mentioned in these things, but he's an incredible player. I said, hey, you can't pick yourself. Who are you going with? And Rousseau was one of the guys that he picked. So. Good work ethic.
Excellent. All right, number 15, everybody's favorite team, the New England Patriots. I'm being sarcastic.
The Patriots.
Patriots have a lot of needs. Wide receiver, defensive line, quarterback. Linebacker. Who am I going to take, Jay? And I'm taking Mac Jones.
Oh, boy.
I'm taking Trey Lance.
Whoa! Look at us!
Interesting.
Look at us, both in agreement on the quarterback.
I think that Trey Lance is a Belichick guy, just because of his pedigree. Like where Belichick's always looking for those small school guys, always looking for the guys that. Now, to be fair, Lance has been more on the radar than usual, but he's got that small school mentality. So Belichick loves that. He just loves it.
Belichick probably feels he can coach him up.
Oh yeah.
And the reason I had him with Mac Jones is kind of the Belichick Alabama tree type thing.
Okay.
You know, I think Mac would fit well into that as well. But yeah.
My only reserve about that is that Mac has been in this system, the Saban system. Sometimes it's hard to get guys out of that, you know?
Got you.
So, and Belichick likes to mold it, but he also has good habits. That's important. So I could see either way.
All right, at 16, Emily, Arizona Cardinals. Who do you got?
I got another cornerback.
Oh boy,
Caleb Farley.
Oh my God, Emily.
Did you have that too?
Yes.
No.
Look at us, Jay. Look at us. Yeah, I think.
Well, when you said you did all this research, I went back and looked at some things because I got a little nervous. So I made some tweaks this morning.
What? And I think the only reason Farley falls is because of this this little surgery he had.
Yeah.
And little
and
question marks.
The CBs are
he opted
ahead
out
of him
too,
already.
right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Arizona lost Patrick Patterson to Minnesota via free agency. They need to replace that position. That's their top need.
There's just too many guys ahead of him. Like we talked about Surtain, Horn. They're just, and even honestly, we haven't talked about Greg Newsom, but he's up there too.
Yeah.
I think that's why he kind of goes down a little. And I don't know, back surgery is so different than other surgeries, so that's kind of the concern.
Have you ever had bad back problems?
No,
I have, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not like, oh, you get in there and they take
it's
stuff
not like
away
a
and you feel
knee or
great.
like no.
I know the feeling. Up until today, I've been carrying the show for 2 years, but now you guys are doing great. I had to. I just wanted to let the people know I'm still in the studio.
Pick on you.
I just wanted to let everyone know I was still in the studio.
Yeah, don't you wish there was a mute button? We could just mute him.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Jay, I think somebody wants you outside.
I know. All right, 17. Sorry.
Where are we at?
17, the Las Vegas Raiders. I had needs down for the Raiders on the O-line, the D-line, linebacker, safety. I have him going D-line here, and Christian Barmore from Alabama. I think this guy's a beast. He looks so impressive against Ohio State in the championship game.
Definitely good mold for the Vegas Raiders. Oh, I hate saying it. I hate it. I hate it. If I was a fan of anything, it was a Raider. I was a Raiders fan growing up. My mom, huge Oakland Raiders fan. Kenny Stabler. I can't with the Las Vegas. It doesn't work
Take
for me.
a quick break and take this.
Well, let's let Emily get her pick in.
I'm gonna go safety. Trayvon Mourning. I can't say his name.
Moehrig.
Moehrig. I can't say it.
And we have a call.
Yeah, go.
Thanks for calling in. Who do you have in line?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, is this the studio line to the ESPN station?
Yeah, you're on the air, yeah.
Okay, can you tell me what channel the Cubs are on AM?
Yeah.
We're not an affiliate anymore. We have the White Sox. We're an affiliate of the White Sox now. So we don't do the 1170 doesn't do the Cub games anymore.
1170 does not do the Cubs games anymore?
Nope, they do White Sox.
Who does the Cubs games now?
Same one that's been doing it for years also, but also a competitor of ours.
Yeah, we can't say the name live on the air.
Yeah, the same one that's been doing it for years. It's on AM.
It's out of Chicago.
Yeah.
If that helps you.
It's out of Chicago. Okay, so the 1170 no longer exists anymore.
Right.
They're not doing the Cubs. They're doing the White Sox. Sorry to tell you that.
I just like that.
All right. Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
That's the first.
That was awesome.
You know, that's how we operate here.
Yeah, that's exactly how we operate. All right, we're going to take a break here, and we'll get
so
going.
Emily, just to recap, if people didn't hear over the Cubs talk, Emily took Trayvon Moehrig, safety out of TCU for the Vegas Raiders.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Read that for me, will you, buddy?
All right, locally owned since 1934, Tri-City Equipment has been your source for restaurant equipment and value ever since. If you're looking to cater an event or you just want to buy a gift for your home chef, check them out online at tricityequipment.com or stop down to 527 West 4th Street and let Kevin, Kurt, or Tara help you out and show you around their newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom. Remember, they deliver to all Quad City residents and match online pricing. Give them a call today, 563-322-5382. Showroom hours, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. That's Tri-City Equipment, 527 West 4th Street in Davenport.
We're streaking! We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium. There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is Lobo from Lobo Salsa. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
BetMGM makes the conclusion of March matchups even more exciting with a special offer for new customers. Sign up today for a chance to receive $100 in free bets when your $1 moneyline wager on any team to win the national championship turns out to be a winner. Use bonus code FOSTER100 when you make your first bet to take advantage of this offer. Experience a college hoopla like never before with the King of Sportsbooks' innovative parlay selection features, boosted odds specials, daily promotions, and much more. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use bonus code FOSTER100 to win $100 in free bets if your team wins the national championship. BetMGM is the place to bet with confidence on your favorite sports all year long. New customer offer, paid in free bets. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 or older. Iowa only. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Nissan believes you deserve a car that thrills you. So we have to ask, does your car thrill you? When you hit the pedal, do you get something back? A chill in your spine, goosebumps on your goosebumps. When you take off, do your fingers tighten around the steering wheel? Does your heart beat in your stomach and your breath catch in your chest? Does driving make you feel alive? Because it should. And if your car doesn't thrill you, ours will. This is the new Nissan.
Let me get right back to you. Sandra, those banners go out tonight. Can you pack them?
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
On machine 4?
Like at Monica's print shop. To fulfill orders on time, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Fun, saving money. Not fun, utility bills. Fun, generating your own clean, renewable energy. Not fun, flushing dollar bills down the toilet. Fun, calling Square One Solar for a no pressure, free in-home estimate and getting a free solar phone charger. Not fun, paying your electric bill for the rest of your life. Let Square One Solar show you the benefits of solar. Over a decade of solar experience. Financing available, and for a limited time, buy one solar panel, get one free. Get your free solar analysis today. Square One Solar. Make the solar switch.
Before you move in and start making a lifetime of memories, there's something you should remember: the value of working with a realtor. A realtor is more than an expert in the field who abides by a code of ethics. A realtor is your neighbor and your ally. Someone who puts your agenda ahead of theirs. Someone who understands your dreams and has the expertise to make them a reality. Finding the right place starts with you and a realtor, and the doors we open together. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
I'm Ari Wolf with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. If Sam Darnold is bothered by rumors the Jets may draft a quarterback with the second pick, he hasn't shown it, at least according to former teammate Josh McCown. The ex-Jet tells ESPN he's heard no negativity from Darnold in their recent talks and believes Darnold would welcome a QB competition, saying, quote, Sam would embrace it, work hard, and try to make the most of the opportunity to play this year. Elsewhere, Chiefs All-Pro Patrick Mahomes tells Yahoo Sports he's already adjusting his fitness regimen to prepare for the new 17th game on the NFL schedule, saying, quote, you'll have to change your day-to-day work because you want to make sure your body can take the workload of adding in another game. And with new Jags head coach Urban Meyer recently saying tight end is the weakest position on his roster, the Florida Times-Union reports the team is interested in drafting Penn State tight end Pat Freiermuth with either their 25th pick in round 1 or a second-round pick. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
DQ presents... Picture this. Picture a DQ chicken and biscuits basket. All white meat chicken strips nestled next to crispy golden fries and 7 mini biscuits. Fluffy, flaky mini biscuits that you can dunk in a side of warm pepper gravy. Then you leave the drive-thru and your favorite song comes on the radio. And all the streetlights turn green. This mini win calls for a mini celebration with the DQ chicken and biscuits basket. Or get it delivered at DQ.com. DQ. Happy tastes good.
At Napa, we keep things moving. If it has wheels and an engine, we help keep it on the road. And if it's on the road, we have parts for it. And if you need a part, you can get it fast, like same-day pickup or next-day delivery fast. At Napa, when we're not thinking about cars, we're thinking about the people who drive them. Because when it comes to serving you and our community, our motor never quits. That's Napa know-how. Same-day pickup and next-day delivery available at participating stores and on in-stock items only.
From the Vegas Gaming Cafe, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBLB Davenport, a Town Square media station.
Welcome back, everybody. We are in the middle of the mock draft with Emily and T-Roy. Jay's just being quiet.
Yeah. That's right.
All right. Well, we're up to number 18. This is the Dolphins' second pick in the first round. And I believe, Emily, it's your go.
Okay, yeah.
Did you have a trade in this situation, Emily?
I was looking at possibly the Cardinals moving up, maybe, but no confirmation. This just my intuition there is they might, but Dolphins need an offensive lineman. You can take your pick in this year, but I went Walker Little just for you.
There you go.
Just for you.
Wow.
I know Walker. I know his family. Incredible human being. Opted out, obviously, this year, so we didn't see, which is a little bit hurtful for him, but ever since his freshman year has made a huge impact on the Stanford team, was co-freshman of the player of the year. But the knee injury has had people a little worried, but if you've seen film of him doing his drills, working through it, he looks incredible. So he used the time wisely.
Well, Miami, much like Jacksonville, has 4 picks in the top 50.
Yes.
I do have them taking a tackle in the top 50.
Okay.
Just so you know. So I'm not against that.
You just
pick
think
at
that's
all.
too high? You think?
No, I think what they're going for here is they're trying to get more weapons for Tua.
Okay.
And I think at this point, so I had them taking. You had them taking Devontae Smith at 6.
Mm-hmm.
I had them taking Kyle Pitts. I think they had another weapon here, and I think they take Najee Harris.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not ideal for my boy Myles Gaskin, but okay.
Moving on to 19, the Washington used to be our words. Now they're just a football team.
All right, this is where I'm going to step in. Emily, where do you fall on the Washington football team and the possibility that they're going to keep it just a Washington football team?
I just want them to be the Sentinels. Why is that so hard that we can't be the Washington Sentinels from the replacements? Like, why?
I like the Sentinels.
Like, why didn't we just do that? Keanu Reeves could have come out and, done some things. Shane Falco, footsteps, be revived. There was so much opportunity wasted.
I wanted to call them the Pigskins.
I don't know if that would fly with animal lovers.
I know. That's what I said.
It's really hard to find something that's not offensive, so...
It is
so why not go?
That was it. We did that.
Why not go with the best football movie ever, The Replacements? And call them.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
You're killing me.
It's the best football movie ever.
Yeah, Jay.
Have you even seen it? It feels like you haven't even seen it.
I've seen it.
It was on TV in my hotel room last night on TBS. So I got some pasta Alfredo, and I sat there and I watched The Replacements.
See? What'd you do with your night, Jay?
Yeah.
The whole scene of him in the bar with the cheerleader and John Madden doing the play-by-play where he goes across to kiss her
Incredible.
is disgusting.
I wish John Madden would play-by-play all my kisses.
I think we have another question about where the Cubs game is.
We're not doing that. Yes. It's the same call.
Is it
Same
really?
guy?
Yes. It's not happening.
Wait,
I'd rather argue about that scene That is kind of neat that you say you'd like John Madden to do a play-by-play.
Oh my God! If he did play-by-play for all my romantic
Are you kidding
moments,
me? It's the same guy.
It's the same guy.
Just answer it.
No,
Come on.
we're not doing that. We're not. No. I just those type of things are. That's anticipating a problem on my end, and that's what I'm here to do. And I'm telling you, that's going to be a problem.
I love problems.
Not on the air, not on live when we don't have a producer to screen the calls. All right, we can move
So
on.
Washington, I had
Football
top
team.
needs for the football team being offensive tackle, wide receiver, quarterback, and safety. I feel they're going offensive tackle here.
Ooh.
And I have them taking Christian Darrisaw.
Okay. Yep. I like that. I also went OT, but I went Samuel Cosme from Texas.
Yeah.
So they need it. They need it. I see other people going wide receiver because they need. I mean, they have a lot of.
They got
needs,
they got so many needs. They got Scary
do.
Terry.
They do.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that, and then Josh Doxton was just a couple years back. I mean, they have weapons. I mean, they got a.
Yes.
You know, they found a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow with the running back last year, and now they got Fitzmagic.
This is an offensive lineman draft. We have already said that. So if you're not drafting offensive linemen, you're not cool.
Yeah, CJ. You're
You're
very
not cool.
You're
All right.
not cool.
All right, Emily. The Chicago Bears.
Is this
This is on you.
Jay gonna get upset?
Well, you never know.
I'm not going to get upset. Everything you guys are saying is
He
more.
doesn't have a crush on anybody with the Bears yet. Let's see if you can make him a crush.
I'm upset that Nagy's going to take over play calling duties again. I can tell you that much. But all right, we'll see what the Chicago Bears are up to.
I'm gonna go Kadarius Toney, wide receiver from Florida.
Oh, look at that. He is a speedster, too.
He is like, honestly, when I went to that LSU Florida game when LSU beat him and Kyle Trask lost his Heisman in an hour, I saw so many things that were so incredible from both Kadarius Toney and Kyle Pitts. It was crazy because you'd been hearing all about Trask and how good he was, but he was really only as good as these things around him. And I think Trask is great, but God, Toney in person was just next level.
Okay. And of the Bears' top three needs, wide receiver, quarterback, O-line.
I wasn't touching the quarterback.
Right. And I know.
Not doing it.
They got Andy Dalton,
Not
Jay.
going there.
For the cheap $10 million a year. It's a 1-year deal.
Yeah. Well,
go wrong?
I went O-line.
Okay.
And I have them taking someone you already have off your board. I took Elijah Vera Tucker.
Okay. He's, yeah.
And like
That's a
you
good
said,
fit.
he's
a
the
beast.
top O-lineman in this draft. So
USC bred, good habits, good play.
all right, moving on to the Colts. Top needs here: wide receiver, cornerback, and tackle. They need something for Mr. Wentz to throw to. I'm going wide receiver.
You went wide receiver. Okay.
And I went Rashad Bateman.
Okay.
Out of Minnesota.
I like Bateman. He's good. I love that it's a Minnesota pick that high. It's great. See, I look at it because, we're looking at it. You guys are NFL perspective and what teams need and blah, blah, blah. I'm looking at it. These are the guys that were my family this whole year. So
Right.
I love to see schools represented like that. Like we've got Northwestern up there, Minnesota, Trey Lance is obviously the poster child for schools that we love to see. But I like when you get guys like that up there. I went defensive end. I went Rousseau.
Okay, yeah.
So I think he would be a good addition. And they need it. They need defensive stuff. So he is a tough kid, and he's very scary. So the Colts could use some more scariness. I don't think people are afraid of the Colts at all.
Yeah, I mean, their offensive line's pretty solid. I know they did re-sign T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah.
So
One of my favorite players of the Colts, Naheem Hines.
Yeah.
Love. One of my guys that I covered. He wasn't being highly touted out of NC State, but he has made a name for himself in Indy.
All right, Tennessee is up next, Emily.
Titans. So here I kind of had an either-or situation, depending on, what's on the board. I was going to go CB or DL.
Okay.
So if I went CB, I was going to go Greg Newsome. I think he's the one left that's still very talented and good for their situation. Or I was going to go Kwity Paye, DL.
Mm-hmm. That's who you went with, is Kwity Paye?
Yeah, it's an either or, so you could take either one of those, whichever one you want. I was going to go cornerback, or I was going to go D-line, depending on what was happening. That's the thing. It's like, it depends. For me, it's like a live situation, when you're watching it, like, okay, let's say, this team that they play drafts this, then the need shifts a little bit. So,
yeah, they definitely need defensive end help,
yes.
Defensive line help.
Yes.
They also lost some, Corey Davis. They lost Jonas Smith, so they need some weapons. I have them taking Kadarius Toney here.
Okay, see, they do need a wide receiver. That's true. I like that.
So, yeah, I think either way, either Quiddy Pay or that, I can see that working out. Now, the Jets for their second pick in the first round, and very oddly here, I have them taking, they need help on the edge as well, and I have them taking Quiddy Pay.
Okay.
So we're not far off on this Quiddy Pay talk.
He's a very talented player. I like him, and he's just nasty.
I just don't want Dallas to draft anybody from Michigan anymore. They've really had bad luck with that.
Yeah. Well,
that's all right.
I don't think you have to worry about it. I've got because why not? Because it's the Jets. I've got Travis Etienne, running back from Clemson, because he's not only running back, he can catch passes, and I think that versatility is going to be good for New York.
Yeah,
they need all the help, so just get somebody who can do more things than one.
Yeah, I think he is. They're very popular pick there. I've
and
seen
he's
that
a good
in a lot
kid.
of
I love Travis.
The Cleveland Browns, Emily, is up next. Who do you got?
Okay. I'm picking an edge to pair with Myles Garrett.
Okay.
Carlos Basham Jr., Wake Forest. It's a I know that's not.
No, that's a good pick. He's very highly talented.
He's probably not. He's probably too low for most people. That's going to be too much for the first round, but I like him. He works hard, and he's again very scary guy. So, and I think that combination, I think he would work really well, with Garrett. So.
I went with defensive end as well.
Okay.
And I went with Azeez Ojulari from Georgia.
I like the little pat on the back. Smart.
No,
Yeah,
smart.
good.
Hey,
can't go wrong with Georgia
these
guys.
Great
usually.
minds are working together,
Yeah, I
Jay.
know.
I mean, if we're not right on, we're really close here.
And again, I want to remind people, we know what is being said and what, pro draft analysts are saying. We're doing a little different. Personally, I wanted to try and kind of throw some names out there that people aren't thinking about, to kind of make you think, okay, you don't always have to go the next best guy on the board. We've seen that in the past, that some teams won't always do that.
Right.
To me, there's so much talent out there, and I know there's this scramble to get the next best guy. That doesn't always work out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're drafting the next best guy and you don't need that filled,
you're
not helping your team.
The whole idea of the next best guy is who are you following? It's your draft room, right? There's sometimes where the 49ers draft and they come out and say well, we're getting iron sharpens iron, and that's their next best guy, but that's not the next best guy by Kuiper, McShay, yours, Emily, yours, T-Ray. So for people, this isn't a fantasy football draft. It's what they need. There are needs that they have, and sometimes the 49ers, like Lynch will say, we had to address this situation, or he says, we're taking what we feel is the next best guy. But no, you're not going to go.
Well, but there is a pressure that they feel to take the next best available, because it is a business. It's an investment. You're spending a lot of money on these guys, and sometimes it's hard to explain certain moves, like why you're taking somebody over somebody else. So
you don't have to explain the moves unless you're the Packers, because they have 300,000 owners. That's the only thing you have to explain it to. You go where the franchise is headed. You know what I'm saying? Just because someone writes a blog and says I don't understand this, or the Jets fans boo their pick no matter what because they're Jets fans. It doesn't mean that it's the wrong pick. We all have an opinion.
Well, it doesn't mean it until it's not. So look at I always use the 49ers as a great example, because they drafted Josh Garnett in the first round, 2016. Dude didn't play one whole game the whole time. They spent millions on him. People warned him. He's a Stanford guy. He's a little bit soft. He's not. He won the Outland Trophy or whatever it was, and that was enough. He was there, and they're like, "Oh, we got to do it." No, do your research. What didn't pan out, and now he's not even. I don't think he's even playing anymore.
Would you agree that they've probably learned from that though?
Some teams do. The Raiders never do.
No. The Raiders is a good call.
Learn.
That's a great call.
Yeah.
So no, I don't. I mean, there's so much pressure, and the worse your season is, like some of these top teams, the more pressure there is to make sure it's right. They're listening to so many people. So I don't know. I get frustrated. You don't have to take a guy just because he put up good numbers. This is not, but it's a business investment for them. So I don't know.
Yeah, and just the same thing. You don't have to let the team chaplain run your team, Houston Texans, and you don't have to let the family accountant run your team, Chicago Bears.
Whoa. Jay, it's the day after Easter. Let's don't be bashing Jesus.
I'm not. I'm just saying the Houston Texans really don't have to let the team chaplain, who's also known as a stand-up comedian, run their team.
He's not really funny, though.
He's not funny at all, but no, yeah.
All right, we're moving on to pick 27, the Baltimore Ravens. I had needs down as top one's defensive end and safety.
Okay.
I have him taking Trayvon Warwick here. And I think he was already off your board at 17.
He was. So I went with something that was not on their list of needs, weirdly, but I want a wide receiver for Lamar Jackson to throw to.
There you go.
So
I've been hearing that a lot.
Terrence Marshall, LSU.
Yeah.
Big, fast, can stretch the field for Lamar. That's what I see.
I feel that Terrace Marshall is going to be very, very good.
Yes.
Good pick in this draft.
I think he will, but I think he's going to be a little bit slept on, which is why he's kind of he's not talked about as much. You know, he's not polished. This is the problem: is he's not as polished as a Waddle or as a Jamar Chase. So you don't hear him talked about, but he's so fast and he's so speedy and he's big. He's just got so much, which is why I think he's a perfect fit for Lamar, because Lamar's kind of that guy that outside the box, you know.
All right, Emily, we're moving on to 28, right?
Yes. Yeah, Saints.
Yeah.
Got the Saints. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, what?
What?
What's wrong here?
Somehow I missed something.
Oh.
What do you mean?
I know what we did.
What did we do?
We skipped the Steelers at 24.
Yeah,
How did we do that?
I think we skipped.
Quite all right to do.
Actually, I think we skipped a few.
Guys.
I must have accidentally skipped something
Yeah,
here.
we skipped some few. So
we got to go back.
We did Jets.
All right.
And then we didn't do Steelers at 24.
So, yeah.
You skipped down to 27.
I messed up.
You skipped Steelers and Jags.
I'll write down what you got here. I messed up, man.
It's okay. No worries.
So you had Carlos Basham Jr. at 26.
Yes, for the Browns. Yep. So we just missed Steelers and Jags. We're good.
Yeah, so we got to go back and do that. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Steelers, I have Najee Harris. Running back, Alabama, because he alleviates pressure on Ben Roethlisberger, who is probably on his last legs. We have to assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
so it. I'm picking a running back that'll help, take some of that weight off of him. Not that's metaphorically, not physically. Because
either way,
he weighs what he weighs.
It's Big Ben. Whatever.
He is the thick. So we talk about thickness, which I think should be a metric for quarterbacks, and I'm going to start that now. Thickness.
Yeah.
He is the king. He's the peak thickness.
Yeah, that's why you're the next
Big
NFL
Ben.
Pro Scout. That's it. We knew her when.
You said Najee Harris.
I did say Najee Harris. Yep. Who do you have?
And for the Steelers,
let me guess. You're going linebacker.
Yes.
I knew it.
It needs a running back, linebacker, offensive tackle.
Let me guess. It's the Notre Dame guy.
Yes,
Yep.
Jeremiah Owusu-Karamona.
I had a feeling that was coming. So it's not a bad pick, though. It's good. I mean, they need.
Yeah, I mean,
they need the. He fits in with the physical. Steelers are.
I point back to the Steelers' decline last year when they were the last undefeated team. They lost 2 linebackers. They lost their starting interior linebacker and then this backup, and then things went way south.
Yeah, I think he's a good fit with Devin Bush. So I think it's not a bad pick. I want Big Ben to get some help. So. And again, not in reality. That's metaphorical.
All right, now Jacksonville with their 25th pick, they're second in the first round.
Yes.
I have them taking a tackle.
Okay.
Jalen Mayfield out of Michigan.
I actually have the same thing.
Oh, look at us!
Look at us!
Look at us, Jay.
Look at it.
Now that I screwed up this draft.
Do you have a good reason, or did you just like?
Well, it's one of their top needs. So I have quarterback, offensive tackle.
Yeah.
That's their 2 top needs. You drafted Trevor Lawrence.
You gotta protect him. We talk about this all the time.
Period.
If you're gonna buy a Maserati, you gotta buy insurance.
Yeah, and some good tires, right?
Yeah,
we talked about that last night. So then at 26, Emily took Carlos Basham for Cleveland. I took Azeez Ojulari. And then at 27, she took Terrace Marshall. And I took Trayvon Morwig.
Jackson to Marshall just has such a nice ring to it.
It does. Rhymes almost. All right.
And then we skip down to Saints.
Yeah, now we are at the Saints.
This one's gonna throw you, I think.
Okay, go ahead.
I've got the Saints drafting a wide receiver.
Okay.
Rondale Moore from Purdue.
You know what?
That sounds about right.
Bounced around with Rondale Moore
That
so
couldn't
much.
be more of a Saints pick.
You know what though? But listen, they're gonna figure it out at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually at the Saints game when Taysom Hill had his first start, or when he played.
Mm-hmm.
I think he started the game. Yeah. Anyways, and it wasn't bad.
Mm-mm.
I think they're gonna figure it out, and they're gonna need weapons to throw to when they do. And Rondale Moore is freak of nature athlete.
Yeah.
Now he didn't play, which sucks.
We're not going to hold anything
Iowa.
against Taysom Hill because he's BYU, dude.
I was prepared to not like it. Yeah. But I saw this is the thing. Is like
I like how you could be
of
like,
course,
yeah.
I'm not gonna like it, but you cannot argue with what you see with
Uh-huh.
your own two eyes. That's why the eye test is so important for these things. You have to experience it, or you can't speak on it.
Yeah,
I saw him play, saw what he did. It was incredible. He didn't make any big mistakes, which I think was the biggest plus. And they like him. They really like him. Like the front office likes him.
He restructured his contract for everything to help them out, and so he's obviously a team player. And
I like the pick. I have wide receiver down as one of their top needs.
Okay.
The other top need I have cornerback. And I'm taking Greg Newsome, the third or second.
Okay. I was flirting with the cornerback, but I was looking at Asante Samuel Jr. from Florida State.
Gotcha.
But I love Rondale Moore. He makes me happy.
He's speedy, and
Very good.
it makes sense. Like Jay said, I think it's something that the Saints would. You can see the Saints doing that. 29, the Green Bay Packers. Jay, your favorite team.
I have nothing against them. I like the city.
Ton of needs here for the Packers. Wide out, linebacker, cornerback. I have them finally
Quarterback.
No.
getting some help to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. I have them taking Terrace Marshall here.
I love that. I love that for Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers
for
is
all
one
my
of
Green Bay Packer fans.
Now it's our time to appease Erickson and announce that, yes, today is when Aaron Rodgers takes over Jeopardy today.
Oh,
It starts today,
yes.
so.
I gotta watch.
I can't wait. Aaron Rodgers is one of my favorite human beings. Like, everybody gives him there's so much grief about him, but I've actually worked with him, met him, interviewed him many times. Incredible human
Is
being.
it because he's from North Cal?
No,
No.
that just makes him even better. He
See?
donated like $2 million or something.
Yeah.
Probably more to the new Cal facility, and it's incredible.
Oh, I thought he donated $1 million to businesses in the Green Bay area that were hurt by the.
He also
the
did
COVID.
that,
Yeah.
but he gave because Cal. This is I'm gonna go on a rant. Cal could be great, and what they're doing with Justin Wilcox as the head coach, turning things, it's incredible. They had to go from the Sonny Dykes era, which, yes, they had Jared Goff, but it was so heavily offensive minded that they struggled. But Justin Wilcox came in, turned it around. They're building things in Berkeley, and Aaron Rodgers wanted to be a part of that. So he gave money so they could have great facility at this public university. Because across the way they got Stanford doing all these crazy things, with all the money they have, and Cal was struggling to stay relevant. And he came in and just built top of the line, locker room facility. It was incredible.
Nice.
And it helps with recruiting, and people forget that Aaron Rodgers went to Cal. People forget that.
Mm-hmm.
How can you forget? So I love Aaron Rodgers, and I love that pick for him. I went with linebacker.
Okay.
Because I think and this is going to be probably a weird one for you, Nick Bolton, Missouri.
Okay. I was thinking you might go Jamin Davis, or whatever his name is.
I just think the way that Bolton processes the game and the way he sees it, I don't think there's anybody else that does that in this class, to be honest with you. Obviously, there's reservations about him, doesn't have the length. His measurables haven't been great, but I don't care about any of that. He led the SEC in stops each of the past 2 years, and he makes plays. He lights people up. So.
Love it.
Go. Okay, at 30, the Buffalo Bills, Emily.
The Bills. Fun fact, Buffalo Bills, one of Joey Chestnut's favorite teams.
Oh, yeah?
He goes out there all the time with the Bills Mafia. He has done the table thing, whatever.
Oh, Jesus.
He's been trying to get me to go up there for a game forever.
I'm not doing the table thing ever.
No.
That looks like
but
it hurts.
I pay attention to them because of him. You're going to like this one. Jalen Phillips, Miami, Edge.
Wow.
Yeah?
Same.
Oh, you guys.
Look at us.
There's people say that he I can make the argument he could be one of the top edges in this class. I mean, there's so many.
They're saying like between him and Russo and Pay, it's like
It's minuscule.
It's a piece of paper thin line.
And then honestly, it comes down to personality and how they fit in with the team. And I just feel like he's the kind of guy. He gets it. He's like, for me, the Bills are like this. Maybe this is weird. They're like the blue collar mentality, like hardworking. He fits in with that to me. You know, he came out of high school, and he's just been so fun to watch. I love him.
All right, Kansas City Chiefs at 31 had needs down at linebacker, offensive tackle, offensive guard, everywhere along that offensive line. Please help this young man out. I have them taking tackle.
Okay.
Tevin Jenkins.
I like that. They need a tackle. I also did tackle, but mine, as I wrote down here, I just offensive tackle, whatever's left. So I didn't actually pick a person. So, but I could see them going. I know I already put Cosme on there. I could see if he's still there, them taking. So I need to come up with a name, and I'll do that off air.
Okay.
Because I wrote tackle, but it depends on who's left. I think they take Cosme from Texas if he's still there, but I wasn't sure who else.
Well, I mean, there's depending on, like I said, I think you had Cosme off.
I did
board,
already, exactly.
But
if he's still there, they would take him, and then I don't.
But you haven't, like for example, you haven't taken Christian Jericho yet.
Okay.
So that would be a name that would probably.
It's a plug and play at that point for me.
Okay.
So.
At 32, the Super Bowl champs. I mean, this is for them. They've re-signed every free agent. What do they need?
I did not know what to put here, honestly.
I mean, I had down defensive line, running back, wide receiver, defensive end. Well, they pretty much re-signed all these guys, so those needs weren't there. O-line's a need, possibly.
That's what I looked at.
But I went with the fact that they just want to get to, in their eyes, I think they feel that they're going to face Kansas City again. And they want to be able to disrupt him as much as they can. I think they're going edge here, and I went with the speedster out of Penn State, Jason Owa.
Okay. I like that. I was stuck on this one, to be honest with you. Let's go. I'm going to throw this out there. Landon Dickerson.
There you go.
Let's get him in there. I want him to be in the first round so bad. I know it's probably not a high likely possibility, but I love the kid. America fell in love with him during that game. How could you not? During Alabama's game. So, and he is, I think he's the most physical of all of them. So.
Did you see him doing the cartwheels behind?
Yeah, it's Mac Jones. That was incredible. Yeah. So I'm like, if someone doesn't get him, he better be.
I mean, that's what you want your offensive lineman doing.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he can do that.
Yeah, I can't do a cartwheel.
After the injury and everything he was dealing with, and he's just he's just happy. I feel like he would be.
But you just look at his build, too, and it's just like this solid wall of muscle, you know?
Yeah. He's good.
Is there any other names out there, briefly, that people should, highlight, pay attention to?
We've named a lot of people. There's an edge rusher out of TCU, I believe, Zaven Collins. I've heard a lot of people. Alex Leatherwood, offensive tackle out of Alabama as well. The cornerbacks, I know we didn't get through a lot of them, but there's two good ones out of Georgia, Eric Stokes and Tyson Campbell.
Okay.
Offensive linemen, some other guys out there. Creed Humphrey.
Yeah, I mentioned Quincy Roche from Miami. He was incredible to watch this year, and he was at the Senior Bowl, did really well. I like him.
Defensive tackles. I know I took Christian Barmore, but there's other ones out there. People are really high on Levi. I'm going to butcher this last name. Onwuzurike? Am I Onwuzurike? I don't know.
No idea.
But he went to Washington. Did you get a chance to see much out of him?
No.
Okay.
I did not, unfortunately. And that's going to be a theme with some of this.
I'm hoping Devion Nixon out of Iowa gets some love.
How about this one? Ellerson Smith, Northern Iowa.
Yeah.
Pass rusher.
Yeah. Defensive end.
Incredible. And then you've got, I think these wide receiver, Frank Darby from Arizona State. Not enough people talk about how good he was, and he just went off in the Senior Bowl. It was incredible. But he had such a good. He's in that mold. I mean, you're looking at guys like N'Keal Harry and Brandon Ayuk, who's killing it.
Right.
Why not have another wide receiver from Arizona State? It's a trend now. So.
Yeah, I went ahead. I did. I know, Emily, we didn't ask you to do this because we're just happy to have you here overall. But I did actually. Jay went all the way to pick 52. So we can reveal that all tomorrow.
We can do that tomorrow.
Okay.
And kind of give everybody that. Takes us up to the Bears. So I wanted to appease some of our Bear fans.
Quick, and we got about 2 minutes or so. Emily, is there anybody you got the favorite to win the Masters? Yes or no? Anybody? No. Okay. Because we're going to be dealing with that tomorrow because we're going to put a DFS. I just wanted to see if there's anyone that I should keep an eye on to put into my DFS lineup. We'll talk to Mike tomorrow at Hidden Hills. All right, Emily, your podcast drops today. Tell everybody about it.
I got to get on editing that. Check out Sideline Sass. It's with the Brawl Network. I just did an interview with, like I said, Eli Howard, who is a defensive end from Texas Tech. His brother was a fullback at Texas Tech. Love to see it. And we talked about his preparation for the draft, but he is also having his pro day on Wednesday. He is donating the money that he's raising from his bench press challenge to charity for rare diseases. So a lot of players are doing that this year. I wanted to talk about what went into that decision and how unique and great that is as a young man.
Perfect. Emily, want to thank you so much for coming into town. This was awesome. It's so fun to have you in here, and thank you for every time you answer our phone calls or texts to be on the show. But coming into town, it's great that you made the time for us, and this was a lot of fun. Fastest 2 hours we've had in a long time.
It really went fast.
So, again, how can everyone follow you on social media?
My handle is Emilnem, EMILNEM, on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm all over the place. But I love it when people talk fullbacks to me, so please come on and do that.
And you're going to possibly headed to Cleveland if all the things fall on the line.
Yep, I'm hoping to be at the draft. So I'm going to start tweeting out some of my thoughts coming up. So check it out.
All right, guys, you did a fantastic job.
Yes,
I appreciate you two doing the work for this, and again coming in town, T-Roy, you doing your homework and everything else has been great. Before we go to break, I want to remind everybody about Tim Hernandez, brokered at EXP Realty. He's been involved in the real estate market since 2007. Give him a call at 563-508-7221. He will assist you with all your real estate transactions, your needs, as far as anything from property investments to property management to rehabs on flips. He's licensed in both Iowa and Illinois. That's Tim Hernandez at 563-508-7221. We got to go, folks. It's been a great 2 hours. We'll recap a lot of it tomorrow. Emily's got to travel, and want to thank her for coming to town. We will see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your Monday.
Peace out.
See you, Quad Cities.
You like that? Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is Merrick Brave from SCW Pro, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Hey, do you have time to go to Vegas with me?
Time? Yes. Extra money to pay for the flights? No.
No, not Vegas. I'm talking about Vegas, right here in the Quad Cities.
I've never heard about Vegas. Tell me more.
Oh, they're safe and secure gaming cafes with 6 locations.
Well, what kind of games do they have there? And they've got beer, right?
They have the latest games provided by Gem, and yes, beer.
Sounds like I'm gonna save on flights, have fun, and win big.
To find out more about their locations and hours, they're open. Visit VegasGamingCafeIL.com.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Let me get right back to you. Sandra, those banners go out tonight. Can you pack them?
Indeed, knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
On machine 4?
Like at Monica's Print Shop. To fulfill orders on time, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
It's the safest way to get your taxes done this year. AmeriFile's new drive-through tax window. AmeriFile's tax offices in Moline and Davenport are fully opened with convenient and safe drive-through tax prep windows. Just like a bank, you drive up with your tax documents, stay in your car, and with no human contact, your taxes are prepared safely with the maximum refund possible. With over 35 years of experience, AmeriFile staff handles any tax situation, and AmeriFile gives you deep discounts if you used H&R Block, TurboTax, or recently closed AA AARP or Martin Luther King Center last year. Just go to AmeriFile.com today.
AmeriFile has the best tax prep deal in town. Your taxes prepared safely and for half of the price of the other guys, plus get free Chick-fil-A. AmeriFile can handle any tax situation, from W-2s.
Pull up to Church's today for boneless that's bringing it all. Bringing buttermilk marinated juiciness and all white meat deliciousness. Try our new Texas tenders or chicken sandwich with new smoky honey Q sauce for just $3.99. Church's, bringing that down home flavor. Offer valid at participating locations.
The COVID-19 vaccines are starting to become available across the country. Now is the time to get informed. Get the latest information at getvaccineanswers.org. It's up to you. A message brought to you by the Ad Council and the CDC.
From the Vegas Gaming Cafe, this is the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB Davenport, a Town Square Media.